All right, so here's the deal. I don't know where I am, but I do know that I have one of the coolest trucks on the planet, hands down, bar none, behind me right here. This is the all-new 2024 Chevrolet Silverado 2500HD ZR2 Bison Edition. Let's go. All right, so needless to say, I am in a little bit of a different location than I would normally be filming in. I don't even know where I am, to be honest with you. I don't know what this place is. It's called Laser Town, as you can see over here, Laser Town Express. It's in the middle of the desert, as you can see here, outside of Palm Springs. But yeah, we got pirates over here, we have Ocean Scene, we have the Mystery Machine kind of up there, we have an absolute headless golfer over here, a black shark. Anyway, that's not what you're here to see, but I need to show you where I'm filming this at because it is kind of surreal. Look at this, we even have rhinos over here with paint on them and like a little oasis here in the middle of the desert. Listen, that's, like I said, not what we're here for. We are here for this bad boy right here. This is the all new, well, refreshed would be the truck itself as of 2024 with some changes underneath the hood and things like that. But this is a new model. We finally now have, sorry about the loudness of this, the ZR2 badging up in the higher trim level, the highest trim level, the highest, pardon me, model, the highest size truck, if I can talk properly, in the HD lineup. The ZR2 is finally here, and this is the cream of the crop on top of that because we now have the Bison Edition. Of course, this is a collaboration with AEV, American Expedition Vehicles. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to go over what this truck is all about. But why don't we start right here under the hood? As you can see, it's the Allison-made transmission, 10-speed transmission with the Duramax motor. The standard is actually the 6.6 liter gas in the regular ZR2. In the Bison, of course, here we have the Duramax. This is obviously the 6.6 liter, but there's been a change to that, of course, since 2024. If you didn't know, this now produces 470 horsepower and 975 pound-feet of torque. I think it's also clear to see cosmetically there's been some changes as well with the headlight design. Now this new backwards C-shape headlight design over here, the LED headlights, or C-shape over here, depending on how you want to look at it, with the dual LEDs here for the actual headlights and the daytime driving lights, pardon me. This is a new design for this year. This is a new front end. You're only going to see this, however, on the ZR2 Bison, of course, LTZ, High Country, and specifically ordered LT models. If you get a certain package, for an example, the Midnight Edition, you will get this also. Otherwise, you're going to have more closer to what we had before with the split headlight design that we had in the older, previously 2023 and previous versions. So, of course, that has changed. Now, this is, of course, designed to be the most off-road truck, HD truck, of course, that GM has ever delivered. That Chevy has definitely ever delivered, all right? But let's talk about what makes it off-road. Well, first of all, these right here, standard size 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Territory MT tires are what are wrapped around these custom AEV wheels. Now, of course, these are normally a gloss black, but we've been out in the desert driving today, so you're going to see it's a bit dusty right here. But I do like the design of this, and of course, the aggressive tire. Now, there's also some other things, of course, that make it, more off-road. And that really has to do with these right back there. Yes, those are the Multimatic DSSV suspension, the dampeners that we're used to seeing, of course, on the Colorado ZR2 and, of course, on the Silverado half-ton ZR2 as well. I can tell you firsthand that it is a very, very impressive suspension system. I can't talk to it in this video, but when I do release my drive video, I'll be able to tell you more about that. But very, very impressive shock system, especially on this HD vehicle, which weighs, in the neighborhood of around 8,500 pounds. Of course, we're going to have the Bison deckling. That doesn't make it off-road. That's part of the AEV, as well as the AEV badging here. But what does make it off-road is this bumper back here. First of all, we have extreme tow hooks back here. We have the metal bumpers back here with greater ground clearance as well. So sorry, the cut up higher, so you're gonna have better approach and departure angle, obviously. Same thing you're gonna see out here in the front as well, right? And we have the tow hooks here, and we also have the ability for a winch to be put in this. Now, one of the things that's interesting that I noted, or that somebody else noted, fellow Canadian Truck King, pointed out to me, I didn't notice right away, was typically we see the flow tie. For some reason, I haven't got the answer yet, If I do, I'll make sure to put a text across here. But this is not a flow tie. Technically, it sort of is. It has that red in here, but right there, it's blocked off. I do not know why that is. By the way, they changed the design of this part a little bit from the outgoing model as well. Otherwise, what I can't really show you very easily from where I'm at is this thing has massive skid plates underneath. And then from a design perspective, they've also added right back here, you now have the kind of the black in the inner tailgate. By the way, this of course has the multi-flex tailgate. If you're not familiar with 6-position tailgate, one of my favorite things on the HD trucks, and of course the half-ton trucks as well. Back here, you're going to see also have ZR2 emblazoned in the back, sliding rear window, tons of camera views in this all the way around the vehicle. The one that I really like, of course, is it does have a forward vision camera, which is especially important when this truck, let's say you're going over inclines like this and you want to see what's in front of you. This right here plays a major factor in that. And by the way, see that? That's actually water that sprays on that to wash off, because when it gets dusty, it's nice not to have to get out to brush it off yourself. Like the other HD models, again, we are gonna have the nice step here to get yourself in the back, because this is a tall truck, and many of you might not put running boards because you might want a rock slider or something down off the side there. So, you know, that step to get into the back is very nice. By the way, speaking of steps, you're gonna notice we don't have the step in the rear bumper of this. So that's because this is closed off, obviously, so mud and things don't get packed in. Of course, they've got that bumper up a little bit higher too, as you can see the exhaust down there. But you still have park sensors and stuff in this, which is really cool. They didn't eliminate some of that, and there's, again, more camera views. That's a light, by the way, not a camera. Heading inside though, oh, big fender flares, obviously, as well. Should have mentioned that. Of course, we're gonna have the fender flares on this one. Heading inside, this thing is dusty. We have what we're used to with the ZR2, this yellow, maybe better to see out here, yellow baseball stitching with the gray on gray contrast, and like between a carbon fiber and checker plate almost look you've got there. Of course, you're gonna have the seat backs here that open up, the armrest here that drops down for your passengers. You are gonna have rear heated seats, which obviously is important to many of you. Not out here in the 100-degree weather I'm standing in right now, but for my fellow Canadians on the ZR2 that we're in. I know I say Z a lot, but listen, it is what it is. Anyways, we have the rear heated seats. You have connections back here. You have vents back here as well. Yes, there's a sunroof. No, it's not a pano sunroof. Once again, let me explain why that is. Why is there no pano sunroof in this truck? As we're looking here, it's the typical sunroof that we're used to seeing in one of these trucks. That is because this is not a complete redesign truck. This is a refresh. They would have had to change the whole roof line, the whole roof design, in order to accommodate the, you know, full pano sunroof. And all that being said, are you buying a truck for the sunroof or its capabilities? Which this thing is phenomenal. But you know what? I want to talk a little bit about the door. Bose stereo system, of course, in this. Memory seats for driver passenger, of course, in this. I do love the mirrors, how they extend. I know many of you for many years have been asking about that. That came out in 2020, but it's nice to still have that on the higher end trucks. And of course, the mirrors will fold in too, right? Obviously, right? As you can see, okay? But how about I get out of this heat and we'll talk about a little bit of the inside here. All right, so in the cockpit, it's going to remind you very much, if you've already been in or have seen the inside of the, you know, half-ton trucks. So we're having the 13.4-inch color touchscreen here, you know, the 12-inch screen, just over 12-inch screen, fully programmable in front of the driver. You can change, obviously, what the layout looks like, and some different designs there as well. Tons of information on that. The one thing I don't know that you're going to be able to see by the octopus over here, but we do have the heads-up display, so it does have the HUD, which I really, really like. It's actually very clear. I can see it right now with my eyes. This doesn't show up well with the camera, but you know, again, if you don't know what the HUD is, the heads-up display, it's actually putting things on the screen. So right now, miles per hour, I have like the camber of the truck and things like that. If it's in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive in front of me, you can change it to different information. You can, right there, that info button, you can also change the brightness of it, and you can raise, change the brightness of it, and you can raise it up and down, again, depending on how you sit in the seat versus how I sit in the seat, right? Of course, you're gonna have the auto, 4 high, 4 low, 2 high. Again, auto is beautiful. And you have the drive modes as well. So as you can see here, see it showing you, there's your normal mode, you've got off-road mode, you know, back and forth between those, of course, obviously, right? You also have tow haul mode. If you press the button there, you'll see that come down right down there, if you can see that, the tow haul mode. And then, of course, all your lighting systems here. You know, you have a light for the back of the truck. Anyways, that's stuff that you already know. Heated steering wheel in this, forward collision alert, other safety features in this as well. Of course, you're gonna have the heated and ventilated seats, which are very nice today, because like I say, it is Sorry, it's not 100, it's only 96 degrees out. All the Google integration on this screen. Also, by the way, I do love, again, the coloring on the inside of this. They still have some of the piano black in here, which I actually like. I know some of you might not, but again, the yellow stitching up here, lots of room here in the center console, which you can pull out. And of course, this right here is where your cell phone can go for the wireless charging. The other thing too I love right here is your rear vision camera mirror, rear vision camera mirror, if I could speak properly again. So that up there, of course, as you can see, there's your regular mirror. That's when it's in camera mode. You can hit here, you can adjust the brightness of it. If you hit that button again, you can adjust how it zooms in and out. Let's see if I go in and then out. I don't know what I did with that. Obviously I did something wrong there. Oh, there we go. And maybe it's too hot out. And then of course you can adjust the height of it up and down as well. So I do love that, especially if you have things in the back. The camera can see over, that works well. There's your buttons for your sliding window, and then of course up here, that is the buttons for your garage door opener at home. You can actually link it up. So this is not the mystery machine, because, right? Haha, joke. It's not the mystery machine because I've shown you what this truck is about. If you have any questions though, of course, please comment. I would love to hear what they are. And stay tuned, because I have a drive video with this coming up, and I'm really excited to share with you how phenomenal this truck is out there. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, take care.